Tēnā koutou katoa. My name's Jono. I'm the tech tutor here at Pae Tata. With the announcement that the government have extended our lockdown bubbles for another couple of weeks, and with school commencing with term 2 this week, and all your students and children are working from home, I thought I'd just do a video to help any parents prepare themselves for term 2 with study. Now just remember that although it's a strange and confusing time for us, the change of routine is also quite different for your children as well. So just be patient and understand that it's a difficult time for them to be learning, and just support them every way you can. Myself, I've got 3 children at home, one of which is 12, which goes to Ohakune Primary. So I'm in the same boat as you, making sure that they've got everything that they need to be prepared for to go back to learning. So let me just get this video started. First of all, with some schools getting Chromebooks sent out to the students, I know Ruapehu College students should have received Chromebooks by now, and with some of the primary schools applying for them, the government have prioritised secondary schools. And if your primary school, which I believe Ohakune Primary has, have requested the Chromebooks get sent out to them, then they will come in due course once they arrive in the country. There's just a bit of a backlog, understandably, at the moment. So I just wanted to explain the differences between a Chromebook and a laptop. Now, a Chromebook, I found this website. I just wanted to share with you. If you want to do the full read, have a look at it up here, but I'll give you the gist of it. A Chromebook is a watered-down version of a laptop. So the biggest main difference is obviously the operating system. The operating system, unlike Windows or Mac OS, where you can install the full suite of programs and applications, is very much just Google Chrome on steroids, where you can have apps and stuff plugged into Chrome, but you can't actually download anything. Of course, you can use Gmail, Google Suite, or your Google Docs, Microsoft Office Online, because these are all web-based programs. If you want to get into any of these programs, I've done videos on them previously in previous months, so go back and have a look at some of our previous tech vlogs, either on our YouTube page or our Facebook page, if you want to know how to get Microsoft Office for free or how to use the Google Suites. Now, your children should have a clear understanding on how to use these programs, as they have been using them since the beginning of the year or previous years. Obviously, if they're in secondary school or as the seniors of the primary school. So the operating system is a little bit different, so don't expect to be able to do everything you can do on a standard laptop on a Chromebook. The apps and the things that they run, obviously things like Photoshop and Illustrator, stuff like that, won't be able to be installed on these because these aren't web-based programs. They have to be installed on the computer. The other biggest difference is obviously things like your storage. So with much smaller hard drives, you aren't able to download as much information onto the computers, which seems to be perfectly suited for a Chromebook because they take advantage of cloud-based programs like Google Docs or Office 365, where everything's stored up on the cloud. You know, watching YouTube and stuff like that is all on the cloud. So everything that your students need to learn and to communicate with their teachers and colleagues, other peers and students, you should be able to do on a Chromebook. The one other key difference is obviously you can't plug it into a printer, but as we're moving into a more digital age, you shouldn't have the need to be printing out any resources, and if you did want, you'd have to either do that from another computer in the house or set up something smart like cloud printing or stuff like that, which I'm not going to go into today. But the key difference is that a Chromebook is a very much watered down version. I personally would still recommend getting a laptop if you are looking to purchase a device, because you can just do a whole lot more, and whether it's for studying or for recreational use, they're just much better suited to do a wider range of stuff. I have had some students, some parents from the community reach out to me, ask me for my recommendations, and I'm happy to do that. If you need to reach out to me, please do so. It's jono@ruapehuhub.com. That's JONO@ruapehuhub.com. Another alternative to a top, but some parents have asked me, is a iPad. So I just went into Trade Me, and you want to get an iPad version 4. Don't get anything less than that, or else they'll be quite old and outdated, and they may not be able to run all the current apps. So get an iPad 4, 5, or 6. You should be able to pick these up for around about $200 to $300. Obviously, some of them go up for more, some of them go less. Just get that, and you should be fine. You can also attach keyboards to them if you're concerned about typing. And these can range from about $50 to $100. You can get them from all sorts of places. Should be able to get them from like the Warehouse or PB Tech. The other iPad, obviously, is the iPad Air or the iPad Air 2. They're also really, really good, but don't get anything less than an iPad 4. Now, I have worked with Ruapehu College and Ohakuni Primary to prepare some information for this video, and they have both told me how their students need to learn. So, most of them are working off Google Docs, and as I mentioned before, your children should be familiar with these apps because they have been using them in the past. So if they say, "Oh look, I don't know what it is," they do. They've been using this in class, and I've been reassured by both schools, from the teachers, that the students know how to log into these. I believe the email addresses for the college work in a format of first name, last name at ruapehu.school.nz. So if it was Joe Blogs, it would be joeblogs@ruapehu.school.nz. And the primary school, I believe, work off first initial, so it would be jblogs@ohakuni.school.nz. Again, if you're having any difficulties logging into any of these things, reach out to the teachers. I believe a full list of email addresses and how to reach them are all available on their sites. Same with the schools. I believe the teachers work off a similar format. So, as an example, Rose Martin would be rmartin@ohakuni.school.nz. Apologies, Rose, if you get a ton of emails from this. But reach out to your teachers. They're all listed here on the website. Now, again, just one other quick plug there. If you need internet access on your house, there's an initiative for Spark Jump. If you don't have internet, talk to us down here at Te Pae. I'll give you all my details at the end, and we can set internet up at your house for a very, very low cost. I think it's like $5 a month for 30 gig, and that will get you, along with the Chromebooks, everything that your students need or your children need to learn. Okay, so Google Docs. Again, I've done a video on this in the past month's tech vlog, so have a look at that. Another one that both schools have told me is that Google Classroom. My one's blank because obviously I'm not a student here, but it's very easy to set up, and your children should know how to use this program. They use it at school. Google Hangouts is another one where they do sort of video chats and communicating with the classroom and the teachers through that, as well as the school email. I've been told that some of the teachers at the college have been preferring to use Zoom with their students, so this is another one, and I've got this all set up in a previous vlog where I talk about how fantastic it is, so go back and have a look at them. Just another couple of fun websites. Ministry of Education website is another really good resource for anything for your students, for learning, when the dates come back or any changes. It's all up here generally before it gets onto the school website, so have a look at this. I know my children that are under 5 have really loved watching the Education TV, where they're starting to learn to write. If your children are coming up to a school age in this lockdown and it's prevented them from going to school, get them sit down with a table in front of the TV in the morning, because they've got some really cool really cool stuff on the channel. I think it's called School TV or Home Education TV. In a second it will flash up on here. I forget the name of it, but it's really fantastic. And as the day progresses, it gets into more senior stuff. But there's a whole bunch of things where they do movement and exercise with the Les Mills workout. So it's Home Learning TV. It's really fantastic. Good old Susie Cato's back on there. It's really awesome to see her. And another one last really fun site is the Mind Lab Kids. Now this previously was a paid subscription, but during the lockdown I believe Genesis Energy and Mind Labs have opened this up to all students across New Zealand for free. So sign up. There's some really cool experiments. I know I've had a lot of fun doing some of these with my kids, and they've got them for all different ages as well, but there's some really fun stuff on here to get your children learning in this lockdown. So look, that brings me to the end of my video. Again, as I mentioned earlier, it's a really strange, unique time for all of us to study in this, so just be easy on the kids because it's different for them as well. It's a different learning environment for them. It's unique for us, so just understand that they may not deal with change as well as we do, so just support them every way they can, and if they need to do half a day, let them do half a day. Don't put too much pressure on them. Anyway, that's my little bit of advice. I really appreciate you tuning in and listening. If you have any questions, reach out to the teachers on their websites, or get a hold of us at Pae Tata. All our details are on our Facebook page. Go back and look at our previous tech vlogs. If you have any questions, jono@ruapehuhub.com. Until next time, take it easy, stay safe, ka kite.